Is it working? Ah, it is. Great. Great. Alright. First off, hello, my name is Crow. I used to coach a lot of challengers and below champion as well, but those are uh, quite a bit rarer. I'm not much higher than you at twos. I'm only a super champion, but I am a team captain, and we do have a lot of ESL experience. I've also been a champion and super champion in threes, champion in solo threes. Never been anything higher than superstar in ones, but I do feel like I'm good enough to help you out. So let's see what we got here, Mr. Pinuchan. I like this cheat of yours on the start. It's nice. By the way, I don't know why you decided to put in uh, a replay which you won. That's like the worst thing to analyze. It's when you win. Then most of the times I'll be like, oh, you did a good here, and you did a good there. This goal should never happen like this because the defender did absolutely nothing to stop you. He was just waiting, and you all had the time in the world to score. The finish itself could have been better, but it was good enough. So good job. Let's see who goes for the kickoff. Your teammates. Alright, you stay very close. It's a good tactic. I might steal it from you're this. Okay, so right here no, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? So you did nothing to react to him going for the ball. First off, you pass it to him. You didn't follow it up, and then as he's going for the ball, you're not doing anything. You should have at least been blocking that touch. If not, making it a 50-50. But at least you should have been going for it here after he touches the ball. Anything. But instead you let the ball go behind you. You turn off your ball cam and you go for boost instead. This is a terrible idea. You should always put the ball first and then boost second. Because this way you don't have any angle. If you go at the ball right now, you're gonna be shooting it towards your own end. And if you don't touch it, you're just giving him free possession, which you are. This, in my opinion, this was a bad idea. Optimus, no prime here. He decided to hit the ball completely random and give your teammate the ball, while you, if I was looking at this correctly, while you made a poor rotation into the goal. Like imagine Optimus Prime dribbled this. Your angle of approach to defense would have been terrible. You optimally you always want to be getting uh, from the far corner, so where the camera is right now. You want to be getting into like this, because when you're like this, next to the goal, you can clear the ball, you can save a shot, and the best thing is if your teammate whiffs, you can basically just replace him in a very short amount of time. But what you're doing is you're here, which doesn't let you see as much, makes it difficult to defend shots that are going behind you, and basically you have no momentum to clear the ball out at all. You're waiting here, but you're not attacking him. I guess good idea, because he dribbled it into nowhere. They're gonna get a goal soon. I don't know how. Let's see how. Okay, so your teammate is about to have a 50-50. You're in a very good position for it, but you I don't know why you decided to go as if your team is going to make a pass. It was obviously going to be a 50-50. You apparently didn't see it. Okay, so from your perspective, it should have been obvious this is going to be a 50-50, and that driving into the ball instead of just waiting at the half line. Yeah, you should have just waited for the 50-50. This recovery though. Okay, so let's analyze a bit your touch. So you lose all your momentum because you stop completely. you should at least just turn instead of stopping completely. After that, you start to fly for it quite early, even though no one's going for it. If someone was going for it here, I would you say yes, okay, go for it. But no one's forcing you to go for this. I would prefer. It would be much more preferable if you just went for a dribble here, and then you touch it. Basically, you pass it to them. You give yourself disadvantage in the 50-50. You have a horrible recovery, and your teammate is an idiot. What is this? What did he do? He went for it. Oh dear God. Okay, so he fucked up quite badly there. Yeah, let's get on. Okay, let's your kickoff. This is something important. Kickoff. It's you win it somehow, but I guess okay. I don't like this kind of kickoff. When I'm going for a kickoff, I want to always be supersonic and approach, especially from this kickoff. I want to approach the ball from the middle, pushing from the center and into the opponent's side. You're just going at it. You're going at it from the side, and you're boosting. You didn't jump, so by the time you get to the ball, you're not even going supersonic. So I don't know how you won that kickoff. Let's see it from your opponent's perspective. He must have done something very stupid. He's basically doing the same thing as you, only if you notice, the reason why you won the kickoff right there is because he decides a butt shot would be a great thing to do in a kickoff. Jesus. Don't get me wrong, you kind of lucked out here on the kickoff. You should have been losing that. But you didn't because your opponent made a mistake. It's a good pass from your teammate. You're kind of slow to react there. Usually, even in solo queue, when you see this happening, you want to be ready for it, ready to go for, because this is never going to be a shot, not a good one. So it's either going to be a rebound from a save, a rebound from the backboard, or it's going to be a direct pass, and you don't seem to be ready for it. You're going to jump at the ball quite late here, and you weren't giving yourself any speed to go for it, so you're late. This touch, I would not recommend that touch. You always want to hit the ball. Okay, so you fucked up here, but what could you do in this situation after you fucked up? Well, don't pass it to the opponents would be a good start. So practically speaking, just slamming it up the wall or into the air is bouncing, so you can hit it quite high up into the air, so that they cannot reach it. You basically pass them to the ball and then you beat him to the ball, which is, I guess, okay. Wasn't the best because you passed to the other opponent by doing that. You're keeping a good distance. Your teammate is kind of ball chasing, but he's doing a good job. Why? Okay. This is the second time you decide to go for a wrong attack on the ball. Wait. First time you went for a 50-50 when no one was challenging it, and this time you go for the shot when there is someone challenging it. Like, how do you not see him? He was much closer to it than you. It's on his side of the field. He's obviously not going to back down. And he also sees you boosting. 100% of the time, the opponent will go for it, and he will go for the clear. Not the block, not the shot, he will go for the clear. The reason why I didn't expect that, I have no idea. I'm also watching the timeline, and I have no idea how this isn't a goal for blue team. They must fuck it up again. They did. Quite badly, actually. This is not a good touch from Optimus No Prime. Then he passes you the ball. Nice. Okay, this time you did a good thing. You expected a 50-50 and you won it. Good job. Pass you the ball. What is this, Ariel? Okay. The first thing you want to do before going for the ball, always, you always want to check your angle. You always want, while you're still on the ground, you always want to have your car moving into the direction where you want the ball to go for. Your momentum right now is right here. What is there? There's nothing, there's only the wall. You want your momentum to be this. So if we line up our camera with the ball, behind it is the goal. So it means if you hit the ball with this line, of momentum, the ball is going to go into the goal. And you always want to do this on the ground. As if you can do it on the ground, okay, but always. You had so much time here. You had a lot of time to just get on the ground, get around the ball, and hit it towards the goal. And you do this interesting area. Let's just call it interesting. You whiff. Your teammate here bails you out. The opponents will do something very stupid because this isn't a situation that's very easily scoreable. Okay, he did a poor clear. You did it in even worse touch. I think this will bounce down and then your teammate was scarred. Yep. Okay, so the reason why this failed was mostly because of the second opponent. After this 50-50, this Air France dude, he didn't go for it. He should have went for it here. He got bumped actually, so that's, I guess, his excuse. And then they just fuck up Ron here. Let's see this from Air France view. Yeah, the ball is above him and he's lost. Okay. That was quite an interesting goal, especially because you should have been scoring this. Let's see it just one more time, I guess. So it bounces directly down, and again, your line of movement is, again, the wall. You're always going for the wall. You should be on the ground. Your car should be somewhere around here and facing this way. And you had time. Again, you had time. You could have just slightly moved to the left and then start to move to the right and then approach the ball. But you went for it straight on. And I think this is your biggest problem for now. One is you don't know when to judge when to go 50-50, a shot and a block. And the second thing is your angles. Your angles are quite poor. Also, with the angles of rotation, like I said before, you always want to be thinking about the angles, because from this angle, your possibilities are much bigger. There's a lot more possibilities for angles than this position, and also speed. So you do this touch, which in my opinion is lucky. I doubt you meant to hit that part of the wall, which is, if you can do it consistently, very tricky and very useful, but I think you got a lucky touch on that, and I think you should have been scoring that shot every day of the week. Another kickoff. Again, you kind of do it poorly. You're not even in supersonic when hitting the ball. I can give you a tip, a general tip on 50-50s when playing against premates. They're always going to try to kill the ball. As soon as you see them someone cheating, you know that the other guy will try to kill the ball. This is just a tip, and when in 2v2s, I've noticed a lot, going from champion to super champion, they always goddamn kill the ball, and they always do this cheap tactic. So what you want to do in those situations, you kind of want to lose the kickoff, because they're always going to hit it down, and they're going to hit it with a lot of speed, so that anything you do just ends up staying close to the center. Okay, let's never mind Air France doing a stupid kickoff one more time. The tip is, if you see them cheating and they're a pre-made, lose the ball on purpose and lose it so that you hit the ball bounces off your car towards the corner where you think your teammate is going to be. So in this case, you want to lose the kickoff so it goes to your left. Air France fucks up the kickoff one more goddamn time. You get lucky again. You win the kickoff barely. They're doing tactic, and you're going for boost, which is a bad idea. You should just rotate. He has the angle, the speed, the ball, the boost. He has everything over you. And in situations where they do fuck you up on the kickoff, or fuck your teammate up in the kickoff, you always want to be going back to the goal, immediately picking up the small boost path. They're going to score off of this, and that's because mostly your teammate does not know how to defend against a bounce dribble. But a fun fact is, if you rotated back to the goal immediately instead of going for the boost, you could have actually saved that. This time he went for boost instead of the cheap, the smart cheat tactic. Your opponent's amazingly didn't do the tactic. So it's Optimus No Prime, and he has a worse kickoff than his teammate. A lot worse. Which I didn't think it could possibly get worse, but it does. Your teammate has a free shot, it's saved. He follows up at he follows it up kind of okay. He gets a lot of speed on the ball, which is nice. But he loses the ball control. Let's see how you deal with this. Okay, at this point it's no big deal. It's obviously going to be your ball. The only question is how do you approach this? And you again approached it from the wrong angle. Your angles are just you're killing me. You're busting my balls. From the no one's perspective, you want to be coming again from this angle, because if you hit the ball from here and onto this wall, it's going to bounce just in the middle. But if you approach the ball how you did from here, the only way you can hit it is up. So, and only do that if you're trying to waste time or trying to, I don't know, just trying to not give your opponents, well, if your opponent is very close and you know it's going to be a 50-50, but you can beat him up, you beat him to the ball. You always want to hit the ball up so that they miss completely. But you went for it and did that, even though the opponent was nowhere near actually challenging that ball. This is a good decision going for this, but again, your angle is nowhere near good. So you should went for the interception rather than a quick tackle. Your opponents don't score this, which just tells me that again you should not have saved this replay for Rocket League analysis, because your opponent just do too many mistakes. Also, your rotation again, from your perspective, your rotation is again very poor. So if your opponents are attacking the goal from this side, from the right side into the center of your goal, then you want to be rotating to the left side. They're attacking from the left side, you want to be rotating into the right side. You always want to be in the goal so that the ball will go to you instead of, well, I don't know where it's going. When you're rotating now through the left side. This is poor because imagine there's someone where you are, roughly an opponent, and he's going for the ball and he hits it into the corner wall. The ball is going to constantly be behind you, which will make it very uncomfortable for you. Also, you may have just mind gamed your teammate here. You confuse him definitely. He whiffs. There's a light touch instead of a pass. It's a light shot. I think this. I mean, he did pass. Air France did pass the ball, but he passed it to you. What a nice lad. Again, you're not going for these, which you should be. Your opponent again has no angle, no momentum, no good touch possible, and you're not going for it. You're not challenging. You're letting his touch just be again, and it all again goes behind you, and you're doing this very poor recovery. They're not attacking you, which is even dumber. He did attack you finally, but too late. This, okay. Oh god. So you're again rotating very sharply. You're going straight to the middle of the goal. You want to be on the side of the goal, because I think in your title of your post you said something about speed, and you're not happy with how the games feel. They feel slow. This is why, since you're here, and basically the only way to rotate when you're here is just make a very sharp turn. You will have no speed, and you didn't even turn, which is worse. But if you went through here into here, by the time the ball is somewhere around going towards the goal, somewhere around here, you can make up from here a lot more speed, and you can actually make speed than when you're here. And if you are here, you want to be inside the goal, so you can again make speed. You want always to be able to have a good angle and have a lot of speed. And also, don't go for this. Why would you even think to go for this? You literally have no... Okay, first off, if you want to go for this, you should turn into the ball right now and go for a 50-50 or a block. But no, you stop and you go for the bounce. No. First off, you're never going to get it. You have no momentum and no angle towards the ball. And second of all, your teammate is there. So in these situations where you're in the goal and you cannot go for the ball, try to reposition yourself the best so you can react to a shot. And if you are going to go for this, don't waste it. This is a waste because you're never, and I mean never, going to get to the ball like this. Never, ever. And what you did is just jumped. You jumped and you lost all of your advantages, which was your position and your boost. And you basically wasted all that. And if your opponents weren't so bad, they would have made a good rebound shot and they would have scored. They would have punished you. And then you get another goal from this situation. I have no idea how. They literally even killed your teammate. It's a 1-on-2 and you still somehow score. Oh my fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I watching? Oh jeez. Okay. Let's Okay. Your teammate is dead here. Another thing that's obvious again here, you have speed, which is good. You should be challenging this. Your opponent is again closer, and he does have a bit of speed, but you have more speed, so I agree that you should be challenging this. How you're challenging this is another story. You optimally, I don't know how many, how much 1v1s you play. It does not look like you play them much from this, because you jumped quite early for this. Where are you? You jumped quite early, not too early. It's actually closer than I thought. So you want to, in 50-50s and kickoffs, you want to jump as late as possible, and you want to always dodge into the ball. And I think you dodged to the right. Okay, so you're not attacking the ball with your nose, which is mistake number 2. Mistake number 1 was your late jump. Your early jump. Mistake number 2 is you didn't hit it with your nose. Mistake number 3 is, well, you did dodge into the ball, but you dodged with your side of the car. This is basically why you lost the 50-50. Your opponent makes a great, and I mean just amazing pass towards you. You jump so early again. This is why you lose this one. You jumped way too early for this. And you kind of, it looks like a panic thing. You dodged, I don't know even what to call this. This is like a way too early dodge on a way too early jump. He's obviously going to be there first. So the first thing that should come to your mind is I should really wait for him to do his thing and then go for it. But since you're going for it, you really want to jump as late as possible again, and you know that the only way he can go is right and up. And since he was going under the ball, he was clearly positioning his car under the ball. You could have at least went for a dunk. And for that to happen, if you didn't dodge, you would have actually had it. So your opponents are quite shit, if I'm honest. This coffee is good. I don't know why you don't do your cheat tactic. It's quite good. It's like being in that position you were on the first kickoff is kind of it's a very good tactic. Not too shabby. This 50-50 could have been better. Again, I think you jumped early on this as well. Yeah. Well, you didn't have much choice. You went for the block basically, which was a good. Okay, this was a good decision. You're going to rotate sharply again, which is not bad because this time around it's not too bad because your opponents did fuck up. You're too close to your teammate. You're winning, so there's no really need to play the 50-50 game, which by what I mean is your teammate will be in a 50-50 right now, so you're staying close in order to get the 50-50. But there's no need for it since you're winning. And if you rotate a bit more widely than you did, you would have been further away from your opponent, which would your teammate, which would be good distance enough. It would be good enough. Your teammate gets dunked, you're too close to him, this is why you're kind of in an awkward position. You're attacking the ball with no angle again. Oh my god, please tell me. Okay, you jumped way too early at it again. Not sure what you wanted to do here. Not sure why your aim was here. It looks like you wanted to dunk him. But it also looks like you want to go for the ball. Okay, so first off, be in the goal before you make the decision. Go wide. Do a wide rotation, be in the goal, then make a decision. And make the decision clear. make it so, okay, I'm going for this, or make it, okay, he'll go for this, so I'll challenge him. So you have to have in your head, it has to be obvious if you're going for the shot, the clear, or the challenge. You're jumping early again. In this situation, jumping this early means the clear will be shit. Also, your teammate was going for it. This is a horrible touch from your teammate, by the way. You're gonna attack it from a better angle this time, which is nice. See how easy it is when you're attacking from a right. I think you're going to hit this with a hard touch. No. Bad Pinu-chan. Play more 1v1s. He's obviously not attacking you. His butt is obviously showing towards you. Why would you shoot it? A light touch, a light bounce is a good idea. Unless you're passing to your teammate, which is a better decision on its own. If you want me to explain that, it's because it's solo queue, so having so much trust in your teammate, you're better off dribbling. His teammate does a light touch but gets fucked. You're close, but you're going for it again with the poor. Okay. I think I can stop here. I think I've watched enough, maybe too much. Let's just go over it one more time. Your biggest mistakes are you make decisions irrationally, too quickly, and with a lot of spontaneousness. Like this decision is a great example. You seem like you want to go for the ball, but your opponent is obviously there. So what I want you to do is, when you're the last guy in defense, which you are quite often, take this as a role. You're the player with the control. You're the player that sees everything. You're the player that sees everyone. You're the player that can make. You're the player with the most information, so you can make the best action possible. So the things you should be looking at is, let me give you an example how I look at situations when I'm the last guy, which I'm also quite often. Okay, so at this point, you want to be looking at what's happening. First off, your teammate has the ball control. This means he'll do something. What is he going to do? You don't know. But you can tell by the speed and the angle of your teammate where the ball will roughly go and what will roughly happen next. So from here on, you can tell that your teammate has been bumped and your opponent is going for it. So you know at this point that the person most likely having the ball is your opponent. By knowing this, the best thing to do is reposition yourself for the most the touch that will most likely happen, which you're doing. And then once this happens, you have to make a plan on how you will approach the ball. So now things have changed. Your teammate is in front of you. Your opponents are in front of you. You have all the information again. The thing you have to be looking for is who is the next most likely person to touch the ball. This is how I look at it. As soon as someone makes a touch, the thing I always look for, especially in tournaments like Gfinity, is the thing I look for is where is his teammate and where is the second touch. Because this touch is not a clear. This is either a soft clear or it's a pass, and you always want to be looking for the teammate when someone makes a bad clear like this or a pass. So you always have to look who's the next most plausible person to hit the ball. And you don't notice this. You think this is you. It's not. And this is the mistake you do most often. You don't know who is going to go for the ball next. So how to deal with this problem? First, I want you to look at every situation there is in front of you. I want you to look at who has the best momentum and angle to go for the ball. Then I want you to look at who is going for the ball. Then I want you to look at what is the most reasonable place the ball will go after this person hits the ball. And fourth is I want you to think about where you should be based on where the ball should go. Knowing these four things, I won't tell you anything else practically. I'm just going to tell you, experiment with it. Try having a different approach for different situations. So if you think the ball will be a hard clear, think about going for a dunk. or think about, waiting for the ball and then going for a shot. And then if it looks like someone will your opponent will go for a dribble, you look at, should you wait for your teammate to come back, or you look at, should you challenge the ball early, or you look at where he will go most likely, and then you try to dunk him. And I'm just telling you, experiment with that, make a decision then and there, and execute it. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid. Okay, he's dribbling. I've seen him dribble and flick the ball into the net a million times. He's a good player. I'm scared of it. Don't be scared of it. You will never win if you don't have the courage to do what you think is best. But since you are often the player that's last in defense with the most information, make it so it's a rational decision. Make it so that you use all this available information you have, take it into consideration, and use it to help you. Use the information to help yourself. Like I said, you should think about your angles. Basically, how you should shoot is, if you're using ball cam and the goal is behind the ball, this is where you should go for the ball. And if the goal isn't behind the ball, then you don't go for it, because then you'll most likely hit something else which you don't want to hit. Another thing you can go for when you're looking for a good angle is, if you can hit the goal, at least you want to hit this side wall. You never want to hit the corner wall like this, because then the ball will lose all, and I mean all, of the energy by the time it comes to the defender, and then the defender will have an easy clear. So think of your angles, think of your rotations. So if the ball is right there and it's going to be dribbled towards this goal, you want to be here. And if the ball is on the side of the field, like this, you want to be in the middle of your goal, so you can attack the ball when it's on the side. Or to give a better example, from this side of the view, you want to be here if the ball is there. Or if the ball is there, you want to be here. You never want to be here if the ball is there and that is your goal. You always want to have a good angle at the attack, and you always want to leave yourself enough space to get speed to attack the ball from. With, not from, I guess. So anyways, I hope this helps. I don't know if I'll even upload this video. For now I'm just doing this recreationally. If I do upload this video, I hope it helps. I hope you find everything reasonable and within your skill range. I think it is. I think everything I told you, I think you can achieve that. Just be a bit more focused on the things I told you. Anyways, cheers.